All right, welcome in to everyone watching the 2025 Appalachian Open here in Asheville. We're just getting warmed up. We got 3 matches to start. We're going to have Iron Maiden versus Cowboy. And then we're also going to have Mojo versus Anarchy. And then Bearded Vet versus Mr. Yoda to start things off. So we'll do our best to try to switch between the games since there are 3 games going on at once. Right now, Iron Maiden has a 2-point lead over Cowboy in the first round. Iron Maiden got the 3. Looks like Cowboy may be really close to getting the touch clutch. All right, looks like Cowboy got the touch clutch on that one. So we are going to Big X with this first meeting between the two. I'll try to update you on the other scores as they are developing. We're going to check real quick on Mr. Yoda's shot in the left lane there. We'll switch over once we finish out this round. We also have Mojo and Anarchy playing in the other tournament. And they just went to round 3, or finished round 2. Mojo won the first 2 rounds. First one was 23-14. Mojo won the second round, 20-18. This first round will be a best of 5. We'll switch over to that game after this round is over. Those are the practice throws for Iron Maiden and Cowboy, so this throw will count for them. Bullseye for Iron Maiden. We are playing premier rules here, so it has to be all in that zone in order for it to count. I'm going to take a quick look at that one. We're going to switch to Mojo and Anarchy real quick. Mojo and Anarchy have called clutch. Mojo is up 2 rounds to nothing. Here's a throw by both of them, and it may look like neither one got it. So they will also go to Big Axe. Switch back over to the other game going. So they counted Iron Maidens as a 3. So that is also a 3. In the other matchup between Bearded Vet and Mr. Yoda, Bearded Vet took the first round 23-21. We will switch over to that game soon. So another 3 for Iron Maiden. And another 3 for Cowboy, so they are going to continue to throw. We're going to switch over to Mojo and Anarchy real quick. They are about ready to start their Big Axe throwing. Looks like Mojo got a 3. See what Anarchy responds with. And he got a 1. So Mojo takes that round in overtime. We're going to switch back to Iron Maiden Cowboy. They are still tied in this first round. Bearded Vet and Mr. Yoda are tied at 15. We'll check in on that game soon. There's a 3 for Iron Maiden. And that looks to be a 3 for Cowboy. So they will continue on. Oh, it is a bullseye. So she won that round. All right, we will switch over to Bearded Vet and Mr. Yoda. Looks like Bearded Vet has taken all 3 rounds. Won the first 23-21. Won the second round 25-16. And won the third round 25-18. Sorry, we couldn't get you to that game earlier. Switch back to Iron Maiden and Cowboy. In the other matchup, Mojo won over Anarchy, 3-0. So we're getting new games set up. It's going to be Bill's Eye versus Babs. We'll switch over to that game once that game gets started. Bullseye for Cowboy and Iron Maiden. In the other lane, we will have Art Nerd and Ginger Matt starting up soon. So after this round, we will check in on Bill's Eye and Babs. And then we will switch over to Ginger Matt and Art Nerd. Iron Maiden up 6 going into the last row of the second round. It's like Iron Maiden got the premier clutch. And Cowboy got the touch clutch, but it will not be enough. All right, we will switch over to Bill's Eye and Babs. Midway through the first round, they are tied at 13. It's like Bill's Eye is going up. Babs got the touch clutch. Bill's Eye did not get anything. So Babs takes the first round. We're going to switch over to Art Nerd and Ginger Matt. They're both going up for the 5th axe. It's like Ginger Matt got the touch clutch. And Art Nerd also got the touch clutch. But Ginger Matt still takes around 21-19. Switch over to Iron Maiden and Cowboy in progress. Looks like they're going to Big Axe again. They have tied the series 1-1. This is a best of 5. In the other matchup, Babs is up 20-16 going to the fifth axe in round 2. That looks to be a 3 for Cowboy. And a 3 for Iron Maiden. We'll switch over to Ginger Matt and Art Nerd. Clutch is called for both. Art Nerd has a 2-point lead in this round. And Ginger Matt got the premier clutch. And it looks like they will go to Big Axe as well. Switch to Iron Maiden. And Cowboy in progress. Looks like Cowboy won that round in overtime with a 5. Switch over to Babs and Bill's Eye. Bill's Eye is up 2 in this round. Looks like Bill's Eye got the bullseye. Babs got the touch clutch, but it will not be enough. So Bill's Eye takes that round, but Babs is still up 2-1. We're going to switch over to Ginger Matt and Art Nerd. They are tied in this round with Art Nerd getting a 3. Ginger Matt ties it with a 3. We're looking at one of the shots from Cowboy and Iron Maiden. We will switch over after this round is concluded. Ginger Matt has taken the first round. This is the second round in this matchup. Iron Maiden is up 20-18 going in the fifth axe of round 4. We will switch over as soon as we finish this round. And looks like Ginger Matt has taken that round. So Iron Maiden is up 2-1 in this series. If she wins this round, she will win the match. It is a best of 5 in the first round here. Cowboy looks like got the premier clutch to tie it up. We're going to switch over to Babs and Bill's Eye real quick. And looks like Babs has taken that series 25-18 in the last round. So he wins that series 3-1. So we'll switch back to Iron Maiden and Cowboy tied at 25. Three for Iron Maiden. To update you on the other game in progress, Ginger Matt is up 20-18 going to the fifth axe. We will switch over as soon as this throw has been made. And another 3. So we're going to switch over to this. And it looks like that game has come to its conclusion. Oh, no, we are tied in this round. So they also have big axe. So we'll try to switch back and forth between the two. In the other game, we will have Cockroach versus Mojo. So that's a 3 for Ginger Matt and a 3 for Cowboy. So their opponents look to match. Three for Iron Maiden to start, and then a 3 for Art Nerd. Looks like Ginger Matt has a bullseye. Cowboy gets a 3 to tie it up again. So here's Art Nerd to win the round with a bullseye. So Art Nerd wins that round, stays alive 2-1. We're going to be trying to finish out this one. Iron Maiden gets another 3 with the big X. And it looks like Cowboy has a bullseye to win that round and to win the match. So Cowboy wins in a very tightly contested match. We're going to switch over to Cockroach and Mojo. They are in round 2. They are currently tied right now. Cockroach took the first round 25-20. Cockroach with a bullseye and Mojo with a 3. In the other matchup, Ginger Matt and Art Nerd are in round 4, throwing the 5th axe. We'll switch over after this one has its conclusion for this round. Touch clutch for Mojo. And it looks like we have a conclusion for this game. Ginger Matt has won the round and won the series. So he'll continue on with A bracket. Switch back to Mojo and Cockroach. So Cockroach took that second round. So again, this is a best of 5 series. First one to win 3 rounds advances. We have not started the B bracket yet, so everybody is starting in A bracket so far. In the other lane, we have Eric P. and Party Panda that is just started. We will switch over after this round is finished. Bullseye for both players. Bullseyes again. In the other matchup, we have Party Panda up over Eric P by 6 points going into the 5th axe of the first round. Bullseyes again. Mojo with a 2-point lead going into this last axe. We will switch over after this round is concluded. Touch clutch for Mojo. And can't tell if Cockroach got any points in that, but it did not get a spicy clutch, so it means that Mojo won that round. So we will switch over to this one. Party Panda won the first match, or first round, I'm sorry. 25-14. They are currently in the second round. Bullseye for Eric P. A 3 for Party Panda. Ties it up going into the 4th axe. Both have a bullseye going into the last row of the round. Tied up at 18. Party Panda is going up. Mojo and Cockroach are tied at 20 going into the last axe of round 4. We will switch over after this one. Party Panda got the spicy clutch. He will win that round, so he's up 2-0. Looks like Mojo got a premier clutch. At least a touch clutch. Cockroach. Can't really tell.
I went through one of them, I hit it.
Might need a closer inspection on this one. We're going to switch over to Party Panda and Eric P while we decide. Oh, no, it looks like they're making a decision. And they're going to call it a premier clutch for Cockroach, which means he wins that round. Oh, no, it ties. I think we're having an issue with the scoreboard here. So, yes, it ties it at 27. While we get that set up, we're going to switch over to Party Panda and Eric P. Looks like he is just short of the clutch. Eric P got the 3. So Eric P will take that round. Avoids a sweep. So we're going to switch over to Mojo and Cockroach going on. Looks like they just took their... She took the first axe throw, big axe throw to break the tie. Cockroach also gets a 3. So they will throw again. I will update you on the score of the other game going on while they are breaking this tie in the Big X. Mojo just got a 3 on this. And another 3 for Cockroach. So Party Panda just got a bullseye. Eric P. got a drop. So Party Panda is up 18-15 going into the 5th axe of round 4. He is up 2 rounds to 1, which we'll switch over to that game real quick. It looks like Mojo got a bullseye. So Cockroach will need a bullseye to win, or to tie, I'm sorry. Looks like Party Panda won that match. 3 rounds to 1, and we'll switch back over to Cockroach and Mojo. So they are going to go for the clutch with the big axe. And that looks to be close. But did not get it. And Cockroach's throw is no good either. They continue on. Games that we have coming up on deck will be Grammatical Error versus Bill. And then we will also have Miss Marvel versus Cowboy. Looks like Miss Marvel and Cowboy are going to get started soon. And it looks like Cockroach got the clutch, so he will win that round and the match. What a battle for that last round, though.
Yeah.
So while we have a moment, we're going to update you on the brackets. So in the play-in round, we had Mojo versus Anarchy. Mojo won that series 3-0. Then we had Iron Maiden versus Cowboy. Cowboy won that series 3-1. And then we also had Cockroach play Mojo. Cockroach won that series 3-1. Then Bill's Eye versus Babs. Babs won that series 3-1. And then we had Party Panda versus Eric P. Party Panda won that series 3-1. The other games that we have played is Bearded Vet versus Mr. Yoda. Bearded Vet won that series 3-0. And then Ginger Matt versus Art Nerd. Ginger Matt won that series 3-1. So that is all that we have played so far. I will update you as the games continue on. And right now we will have Grammatical Error versus Bill. Looks like they're doing a couple practice throws before they get started. Axe have been clanked. They're ready to go. It's like a bullseye for Grammatical Error. A 3 for Bill. Bullseye for Bill. Bullseye for Grammatical Error. So just to update you on the location of where all these players are playing from, Grammatical Error is here in Asheville. Bill is from Charlotte. We have players from here in Asheville and from Durham and Charlotte and even from Winston-Salem. And we have even one player from New York. It's like Bill might have a 3 on that one. Going clutch. And neither got the clutch. But grammatical error still takes the round 20-18. Bullseyes to start round 2.
Grab a water. We need to spray down the board that we just put in.
Bullseye for Matt. Bullseye for Bill. Bullseye again for Matt. And a 3 for Bill. Going into the 4th axe. Another bullseye. Both bullseyes. Both going clutch for the 5th axe. Like grammatical error got the premier clutch, so he will take that round. Bullseye again. Bullseyes again for the second throw of round 3. Grammatical error with a bullseye and Bill with a 3. So now grammatical error has a 2-point lead. Bullseyes for both for number 4 throw. We have Mojo joining us.
Hey everybody, your friendly neighborhood Mojo here. Where are we? Who are we watching? We are watching Grammatical and Bill.
Grammatical error and Bill.
Nice.
So how'd you feel about the first match?
My first match, I enjoyed it. I played against Anarchy, who had to remind me that he has not beaten me yet. And then I got my butt kicked by Cockroach, which was, at least he didn't sweep me. So I'm hanging out in B bracket with the cool kids.
That was a tough last round.
I
You guys
loved it.
you guys went into like 5 overtimes.
Big Gax clutch, yeah, and we both were pretty terrible for the first couple of throws. You just can't give him the chances, though. Too many chances. He's really good. I see your tiny hand.
I will say that was a pretty back and forth match, though.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I always have fun playing him. So, how are we doing here?
So right now we have grammatical error and Bill. They are tied currently right now.
Yep. Grammatical has 2 rounds to Bill's 1.
So if grammatical error wins this round, he will win the match. It's like
Bill just threw a 3.
Bill just got a 3 and grammatical error with a bullseye.
But we're clutching. We're going clutch. Yeah.
Looks like Matt got a spicy clutch and Bill missed his clutch.
All right,
So grammatical error takes that round and the match.
And Bill joins me in B bracket. You know, almost all of us go to B bracket. Nothing to be ashamed of.
We're going to switch over to Miss Marvel and Cowboy that just started.
All right, so this is tough because they both throw out of Durham, and they throw together a lot. So to come all this way.
Right now, Miss Marvel has a 2018 lead going into the final acts.
Oh, what is that? Meg is in her head. Yep.
Looks like Miss Marvel took that first round. I don't think they knew that was the final
I
throw.
didn't realize that was a final throw. Score keep, you gotta tell them.
Well, sometimes it happens.
No, I was wondering why they didn't go clutch. They did not realize it was final acts.
I think sometimes you get in the zone so much so you just lose track of the
Yeah.
axes.
No, that's fair. I always lose track of axes, and usually it's fourth axe, I forget, and I'll turn around and ask, hey, is it fourth axe? So it does help. Oh, Meg is in her head now. Calm down, baby girl. Yeah, you do get in the zone, and if it messes up your rhythm, it's easy to lose focus, which is what just happened there with Meg. Here, dial it in. Good girl.
Bullseye for Cowboy after the drop. And looks like a bullseye for Miss Marvel. I will say, though, Cowboy had a remarkable run yesterday going through the B bracket and then going all the way to the championship. I think she played at least like 5 or 6 matches yesterday.
Oh, yeah. If you're in B, when you're in B, you wind up playing a lot of matches, a lot more matches. And that's super fun. And a lot of her matches went really deep yesterday.
I think there was one of the matches she came back down 3-1 in one of the series.
Oh, I
I think
love
best of 7. And she came back and won, and then 2 games later she was in the championship. So bullseye for both players going into the 5th axe.
Ms. Marvel's up by 3, and she's staying down. No, yeah. No, she's up by 3. I didn't see.
It's like Miss Marvel stayed down to get the bullseye.
Yeah.
And I think she took that match.
Oh, that's why she's up. I was like, I forgot how she was up by 3, but I forgot about the drop.
We're going to switch over to Art Nerd and Anarchy that just started. They just finished the final acts.
Okay,
So Anarchy took that first round 23-18.
Yep. Anarchy is one of those victims of Battle Winston-Salem. So he threw out of Winston-Salem until Battle closed there. And he now is homeless as far as venues go. So I don't know if he's thrown in leagues recently, but he threw a little bit out of Durham, a little bit out of Charlotte. Art Nerd on the right throws out of Charlotte with me.
Bullseye for the second throw of the second round.
And Art Nerd just drove up today for this. So he came up this morning and didn't do the big axe yesterday or any of the stuff, the skills.
Bullseye for Anarchy, a 3 for Art Nerd. That ties it up at 13 going to the 4th axe. Bullseye is for the 4th axe.
I got a question from one of our listeners. Chili, yes. Anarchy's government name is Sean. All right, where are we? We're final. Did he get it? Was that a spicy for sure? Oh, nice.
Looks like a spicy for Anarchy.
Yeah, spicy meatball for Anarchy and a 5 for Art Nerd.
So Anarchy takes that second round, and we'll switch over to Cowboy and Miss Marvel. They are currently in round 3, coming up on the last axe. Miss Marvel is up 25-18, so Cowboy needs a premier clutch to tie this round up.
Which she can do very easily. She's got this. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And looks like she got it.
She did.
So they're going to Big Axe. We're going to stay here for a bit.
All right. Yeah, she needed that because Ms. Marvel's up 2 rounds.
We'll also update you on Art Nerd and Anarchy as that game progresses. Anarchy is up 15-11 going into the fourth acts of round 3. Anarchy is up 2 rounds to 0.
Ooh, and this is their final acts.
We'll actually switch over to that real quick.
This is final acts for their elimination. One of these gentlemen is done with their day after this. Let's see. Oh,
Anarchy got the touch clutch. And I believe that's going to do it. So Anarchy wins that series. 3 rounds to 0. So we'll switch over to Cowboy and Miss Marvel to see the conclusion of that game.
Yep, and their big acts. So Ms. Marvel threw her practice, and I think this is that's for real for Meg. That's a 3. I mean, yeah, 3 for Cowboy. I'm very confused. I think they're very confused. I'm not really sure what just happened there.
This has been a confusing match so far.
I think they are confused. So, okay, so 3 for Cowboy. Ms. Marvel is doing her thing. Ayo.
That looks a bullseye. That might win the series.
Takes it. Ms. Marvel is moving on. Oh.
So that will conclude that game. So up next we will have Cockroach versus Babs, and then Champagne Shane versus Bull Hitter.
Ooh. Shut up, Shane and Bull Hitter. This will be fun. These are both gonna be really fun.
We'll get you an update on the bracket. I know it's a little small font. Try to zoom in for you. So just to catch anyone up that saw late, we had Mojo and Anarchy in the first round. Mojo took that series 3-0. Then we had Iron Maiden versus Cowboy. Cowboy won that series 3-1. Then we had Cockroach versus Mojo in the, I guess, the first official round of bracket A. Cockroach won that series 3-1. Then Babs played Bullseye. Babs won that series 3-1. Grammatical Error versus Bill. Grammatical Error won that 3-1. Party Panda versus Eric P. Party Panda won that series 3-1. Then Miss Marvel versus Cowboy. Miss Marvel won that series 3-0. Then Bearded Vet versus Mr. Yoda. Bearded Vet won that series 3-0. Then Ginger Matt played Art Nerd. Ginger Matt won that series 3-1. So right now we have Champagne Shane and Bull Hitter warming up. In the other lane, we will have Babs and Cockroach. They will be warming up too as well, I'm sure. So we'll do our best to try to switch between these two games. Champagne Chain and Bull Hitter, both getting bullseyes on their first throw of the round. A 3 for Bull Hitter. Bullseye for Shane. Takes a 2-point lead going in the third X. Bullseye for Shane. Bullseye for Bull Hitter. Bullseye for both players. In the other lane, we have Cockroach and Babs that just started. I will update you the score and try to switch between the two. Clutch called for both of these players. And looks like Shane might have a premier clutch. And it looks like Bull Hitter did not hit his clutch. And Champagne Chain did get the premier, so he wins that first round. We will switch over to Babs and Cockroach going on. They are going to be going into the final throw, tied at 18 in the first round. Touch clutch for Babs. And it's also a touch clutch for Cockroach, so they will be going into the big axe. We'll switch over to the other game as they get a practice throw for the big axe. Champagne Shane has a 4-point lead going into the fourth axe of round 2. Bullseye for Shane. Bullseye for Bull Hitter. Both going for clutch. Shane may have a touch. Nope. Based on his reaction, probably did not get it. Oh, no, he did get the 5. They both got the 5, so Shane still takes that round by 4 points as they switch sides. Champagne Chain is up 2 rounds to 0. So this is still the first round of the A bracket. We'll switch over to this one in progress. Looks like Cockroach got the bullseye and Babs only got the 3. So Cockroach will take the first round in overtime over Babs. And they will switch sides and do round number 2. We'll switch back over to Champagne Chain and Bull Hitter. Bullseye for Shane, 3 for Bull Hitter. Another bullseye for Shane. And a 3 for Bull Hitter. If Shane wins this round, he will win the series. Bullseye for both players. In the other game, Babs and Cockroach are tied at 10 going into the third axe of round 2. Looks like Shane got at least a touch clutch. Bull Hitter missed. Both missed, looks like, actually. But Shane still takes the round and the series. We will switch over to Babs and Cockroach. Babs is stationed here in Asheville. Cockroach is coming from Durham. Clutch is called for both of these. Babs got the touch. And they both do, and so I think they are tied going into Big Axe again. Next matchup we have coming up is going to be Grammatical Error versus Party Panda. And then Eric P. versus Iron Maiden. Eric P. and Iron Maiden are going to be going in the yellow lane to the left. Grammatical Error and Party Panda will be up after Cockroach and Babs is final. Babs with a bullseye. Cockroach with a 3. Bullseye for Cockroach. Bullseye for Babs. Cockroach is up 2 rounds to 0 in this match. Another bullseye. And a 3 for Babs. So that will tie it up going into the 5th axe. Eric P. and Iron Maiden are warming up in the other lane. We will switch over after this round is concluded. Babs missed on the clutch. If Cockroach can get this, he will win, and he did. So he will take the round and the series. So Cockroach will advance. Babs will go down to B bracket. So here is Eric P. and Iron Maiden. Just started going into 3rd axe of round 1. This is a B bracket matchup, so whoever loses is eliminated. Whoever wins stays alive. Iron Maiden up 15 to 11 going into the 4th axe. On the other lane, we will have Grammatical Error and Party Panda after they are done warming up. Another 3 for Eric P. Another bullseye for Iron Maiden. She is up 6. Clutch is called for both players. Looks like Iron Maiden got the premier clutch. Eric P. missed. So Iron Maiden will take that first round. Iron Maiden with a 3. Eric P. with a 3. Both Iron Maiden and Eric P. are stationed here in Asheville. Eric P. with a 3 and Iron Maiden with a bullseye. We will switch over to Grammatical Error and Party Panda after this round. Another bullseye for Iron Maiden and a 3 for Eric P. 4-point lead for Iron Maiden going into the 4th axe. Grammatical Error and Party Panda are tied at 11 going into the 4th axe of round 1. Eric P. with a 1, Iron Maiden with a bullseye, so that puts it out of reach. So Iron Maiden wins round number 2. We will switch over to Grammatical Error, Party Panda, as they are on the last row of this first round. Grammatical Error got the touch, so did Party Panda. And they are tied, so they will go to Big X. They will both do a practice throw. So we will switch over to Iron Maiden, Eric P. again. Both players got a 3 on that last throw. Looks like Eric got a drop on the first throw. So Iron Maiden has a 5-point lead. Both got a 3. I'm sorry, Iron Maiden got the drop in the first throw, so she is down 5. There's a bullseye. And that looks to be a bullseye for Eric P. Maybe. Oh, it's a 3. Eric P with a 3-point lead going into this 5th axe. Grammatical error got a 5 in the big axe. 3 for Eric P and a touch clutch for Iron Maiden. And that means Eric P wins that round. We're going to switch over to this real quick. And it looks like Party Panda only got a 3 on his big axe throw. So Grammatical Error takes the first round in overtime. Switch back over to Iron Maiden and Eric P. Bullseye for Eric P. 3 for Iron Maiden. In the other lane, Party Panda and Grammatical Error got a bullseye. Bullseye for Iron Maiden. Three for Eric P. Tied at 11, going in the 4th axe. Another bullseye for both Party Panda and Grammatical Error. Bullseye for Iron Maiden, 3 for Eric P. Three for Iron Maiden. So 5 will tie it for Eric P. And he does not get it. So in the other lane, we have Party Panda and Grammatical Error on the last throw of the round 2. Grammatical Error got the spicy. Party Panda got the touch. Grammatical Error still takes it, 27-25. We're going to stay here for the conclusion of this round until we get the other match started. We're going to have Miss Marvel and Champagne Chain started in the other lane. And then after this, we're going to have Anarchy and Mr. Yoda. Looks like we might need a closer look on this one. They're going to call it a 3. So Grammatical Error up 10-8. Bullseye for both players. Grammatical Error up 2 rounds to nothing over Party Panda. This is still in the A bracket. Clutch is called for the last throw. Grammatical Error wins this round. He will win the match. Party Panda will go down to the B bracket.
What's the bracket? Do we have the bracket up somewhere?
Yep.
Oh, that one? Okay, perfect. Like we just did it right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just who's on. Okay.
Thanks.
Looks like Grammatical Error took that one with a spicy clutch, so he will win the match. We'll switch over to Miss Marvel and Champagne Chain that has just started. Bullseyes to start off. Bullseye for Shane, 3 for Miss Marvel. Looks a little close, and that's a little low for Miss Marvel, so that's a 3 and a bullseye for Shane. Shane with a 4-point lead going to the 4th axe. Bullseye for both players. Up next, we will have Anarchy versus Mr. Yoda. That will be a B bracket match. Right now, Miss Marvel and Champagne Shane are playing each other in the A bracket. So we are mixing up brackets right now. Try to get you an update on the current bracket standings after this match. Looks like Champagne Shane took the first round 25-16. Switch over to the other match that just started between Anarchy and Mr. Yoda. Looks like we might need a look at that one. Looks like Anarchy has a bull. Mr. Yoda with a 3. Bullseye for both. Bullseye for Mr. Yoda. And a 3 for Anarchy. Both going clutch. Currently tied going into this final throw. Anarchy may have his touch clutch. Mr. Yoda did not get his. So Anarchy will take the first round. We will switch over to Champagne Shane and Miss Marvel. They're going into the last throw of the second round. Touch clutch for Shane. And Miss Marvel got touch clutch as well, so they will be going to Big Axe. So as they get warmed up for that, we will switch over to Mr. Yoda and Anarchy. Mr. Yoda up 2 going in the third axe of round 2. Bullseyes for both. Going into the fourth row. Bullseye for Mr. Yoda. And we're going to might have to take a little bit closer look on Anarchy's throw. Looks like they're going to have to take a look at that one. We'll switch over to Champagne Shane and Miss Marvel on this. Looks like they are ready to throw. Shane with a bullseye. So Miss Marvel needs a bullseye to tie to continue. And it's a 3 for Miss Marvel. So Champagne Shane will take the first 2 rounds. They made a final decision on Mr. Yoda and Anarchy. Looks like Anarchy got a 3. Mr. Yoda has a 4-point lead going into the final throw. Looks to be a bullseye. So he puts it out of reach. So we will switch over to Champagne Chain and Miss Marvel, try to see the conclusion of that game. Bullseye for Champagne Chain, a 3 for Miss Marvel. Champagne Chain has a 2-point lead going in the 4th axe. He is up 2 rounds to 0. Bullseye for both players. And that looks to be a premier clutch, and that's going to put it out of reach. So Champagne Chain will win this match between Miss Marvel we'll switch over to Mr. Yoda and Anarchy. Watch the conclusion of this match. They are on the last throw of round 3. Mr. Yoda got the premier clutch, so he will take that round. Now he has a 2-1 lead in this match. 3 for Anarchy. Bullseye from Mr. Yoda. In the other lane, we will have Bearded Vet versus Ginger Matt. That will be in the A bracket. Right now, currently, Mr. Yoda and Anarchy are in the B bracket, so whoever loses this match is eliminated. Bullseye for Anarchy and Mr. Yoda. We're still in a best-of-5 series. Best of 7 will start when we are in the semifinals for both brackets. So Mr. Yoda with a 4-point lead going in this last row. Looks like Anarchy missed his clutch. Yoda got his, Mr. Yoda got his, so he will win the round and the match. And Anarchy has been eliminated. So we will switch over to Bearded Vet and Ginger Matt. Ginger Matt has a 4-point lead going into the final throw of this first round. Ginger Matt is staying down, got the bullseye. And he put that out of reach. Up next, we will have Bull Hitter and Cowboy. That will be in the B bracket. So Ginger Matt is from Winston-Salem, and Bearded Vet is from Asheville. We have all different kind of players coming in from different areas of North Carolina for this tournament. It's like a bullseye for Bearded Matt or Ginger Matt, and a 3 for Bearded Vet. So Ginger Matt has a 2-point lead going into the last row. Touch clutch for Bearded Vet. Ginger Matt needs at least a touch clutch to win this round. And he did not get it, looks like. So Bearded Vet will take that round. We will switch over to the other game that just started between Bull Hitter and Cowboy. Bull Hitter is stationed in Charlotte. Cowboy is stationed in Durham.
Oh, one morning. This is a good match here. So, Bull Hitter gets his name for obvious reasons. But Cowboy, being our second place finisher in the women's tournament yesterday, by no short means of just slapping premier clutches in everyone's face. This should turn out to be an interesting round. I'm sure she's not going to keep giving up any one of the rest of these rounds too easy after this.
So we are concluding a 3-day tournament. Started Friday night. It started Saturday morning with the Big Axe. And then we had the Valkyrie Volley. And now we are on the marquee event. Both have a 3 on the third throw of the round 2. So after the conclusion of this round, we will also switch over to Ginger Matt and Bearded Vet. They're going into round 4. Bearded Vet took round 3, 25-20. So Ginger Matt and Bearded Vet are in A bracket. Cowboy and Bull Hitter are in B brackets. Cowboy did not get the clutch. Bull Hitter got his touch clutch, so he will win that round. He will be up 2-0. So here is Ginger Matt and Bearded Vet. We will watch the conclusion of this round. Three for Ginger Matt, 5 for Bearded Vet. Looks a little low for Bearded Vet. Bullseye for Ginger Matt. So they're tied at 18 going into the final acts. Bearded Vet got the touch clutch. And Ginger Matt did not get his, looks like. So Bearded Vet will take that round and the match. She will win 3-1. We'll switch over to Bull Hitter and Cowboy. Watch the conclusion of this one. Last throw of round 3. And Bull Hitter did not get his clutch. Cowboy got the premier clutch, so she stays alive. Again, this is a B bracket matchup. Whoever loses is out. Whoever wins stays alive. And up next we will have Iron Maiden and Bill, Bill, Bill. Bullseye for both players. Bullseye for bull hitter. 3 for cowboy. Bull hitter takes a 2-point lead going to the 4th axe. Bullseyes for both. Last throw for the round. Again, cowboy needs to win this round to stay alive. If not, bull hitter will win the match. And it looks like cowboy got the touch clutch, and bull hitter got his touch clutch, which means bull hitter wins, and he will advance. And cowboy is eliminated. We will switch over to Iron Maiden and Bill, 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 which just begun. Bullseyes for both players. In the other lane getting ready, we will have Party Panda versus Mr. Yoda in the B bracket. So both of these matchups are going to be in the B bracket. Bill, Bill, Bill missed his. Not quite sure about Iron Maiden's. Iron Maiden got the premier clutch, so she wins the first round. Iron Maiden is stationed here in Asheville. Bill, Bill, Bill is stationed in Charlotte. We'll switch over to Party Panda and Mr. Yoda after this round is done. Bullseye for Bill, Bill, Bill. 3 for Iron Maiden. Bullseye for Bill, 3 for Iron Maiden. In the other game between Party Panda and Mr. Yoda, they have tied after the first round, so they will go to Big X. We will switch to that game after this round is done. Bill, Bill, Bill just got a premier clutch, and so he will win that round. We will switch over to Mr. Yoda and Party Panda. This will break the tie for the first round. Both got their practice throws in, so they will get started. Looks to be a bullseye for Party Panda. Mr. Yoda needs a bullseye to tie it up. And he does. They will continue throwing. And we will stay here until we see the conclusion of this round. Try to update you on Iron Maiden and Bill as that's continuing. Clutch is going to be called for this big X throw. And the throw is no good. So Mr. Yoda has a chance to respond with getting a clutch and winning the round. Iron Maiden is up by 2 going into the 5th axe of round 3. They are tied 1 series apiece. And Mr. Yoda looks like he got his clutch, so he wins that round. Switch over real quick to Iron Maiden and Bill. And Iron Maiden just won that round with a touch clutch. So we will watch the end of this round and switch back to Mr. Yoda and Party Panda. Bullseye for Bill. 3 for Iron Maiden. Bullseye again for Bill. 3 for Iron Maiden. Bullseye again. And a 3 again. Bill up 6 going in the 4th axe. Bullseye for both. Bill can put this away with a 3 or higher. We will switch to Mr. Yoda and Party Panda after this round. Bill put it away, so he will tie it up. They will play a rubber match. We'll switch back after we watch the conclusion of this. Looks like Mr. Yoda got the premier clutch. Party Panda did not get his clutch. So we will try to switch back and forth between these two. So now Mr. Yoda has taken the first 2 rounds. So now Party Panda is facing elimination. Bullseye for both. We're going to switch over to Iron Maiden and Bill. Try to switch between each throw. Bullseye for both. Party Panda and Mr. Yoda also got bullseyes. Bullseyes again. Switching over Iron Maiden and Bill. This is the last throw. They are tied. Oh no, I'm sorry. Bill is up by 2. And that's a touch clutch. And Bill got his touch clutch, which means that Bill wins the match 3-2. That was a very back and forth match there. All right, we will switch to Party Panda and Mr. Yoda going into the last throw of round 3. Mr. Yoda is up 2 rounds to 0. And it looks no good for Party Panda. And Mr. Yoda got his premier clutch, so he wins the series. And Party Panda has been eliminated. So we will have Bill's Eye versus Mojo coming up soon. And then we will have Babs and Bullhitter coming up next too. It's like a bullseye for Bill's Eye. 3 for Mojo. And then we'll have Babs and Bullhitter in the other lane starting soon. Bullseyes for both players and for second acts. Bullseyes for both in the third acts. Three for Bill's Eye. Bullseye for Mojo. So Bill's Eye is stationed from New York. And Mojo is currently stationed in Charlotte. So Bill's Eye won the first round. Bullseye for Mojo. Bullseye for Bill's Eye. Another bullseye for Bill's Eye, 3 for Mojo. In the earlier match, I have to let you all know that Party Panda, who was eliminated earlier by Mr. Yoda. Party Panda is stationed in Charlotte, and Mr. Yoda is stationed in Durham. So Babs and Bullhitter have just started. We will switch over once we finish this round. Bullseye for both Mojo and Bill's Eye. Bill's Eye has a 2-point lead going into the final acts. He's staying down for the Bullseye, trying to put the pressure on Mojo to get a premier clutch to tie it. And she did not get it. Very close though, but not quite enough. So Bill's Eye takes a 2-0 lead. This is still a best of 5. And this is a B bracket matchup. We will switch over to Babs and Bullhitter. Looks like they are in the final throw of the first round. Babs staying down to try to put the pressure on Bullhitter. Bullhitter did not hit the clutch. Babs got the Bullseye, so he will win the first round. We'll switch over to Mojo and Bill's Eye. They are in the third acts of the third round. Bill's Eye has a 2-0 lead in this match. So Mojo is facing elimination right now. Bullseye for both players. Both going clutch for this last throw. In the other game, Bullhitter and Babs are tied at 10 going to the third acts. And that's going to be close. I think Mojo has a spicy, and Bill's Eye did not get. So Mojo stays alive with that. We'll switch over to Babs and Bull Hitter. They are in round 2, tied at 20. Babs took the first round. This is, again, a B bracket. Here's a throw from Babs. Does not look good. Bull Hitter got his spicy, and Babs got the 5, so Bull Hitter will win that round, which ties it up. Switch over to Mojo and Bill's Eye. They are going into the 4th axe. Mojo with a 13-9 lead. Bullseye for both players going into the 5th axe. Bullseye for Mojo. So she puts it out of reach. Ties the series up at 2 apiece. So they will be going into the rubber match. We'll switch over real quick to Babs and Bull Hitter. Babs has a 10-6 lead going to the 3rd axe. Series is tied at 1 apiece. Bullseye for Babs. A 3 for Bull Hitter. Fourth axe. Bullseye for Babs. And that might be a 3 for Bull Hitter. So Babs takes that round, and he's up 2-1. Switch back over to Mojo and Bill's Eye. Mojo maintaining a 10-8 lead going into the 3rd axe. Bullseye for both Mojo and Bill's Eye. This is the rubber match. This will determine who will move forward and who will be eliminated. Bullseye for both. It'll come down to this final throw. Mojo with a 2-point lead. And she will go down to get the Bullseye, putting the pressure on Bill's Eye to get a premier clutch to tie it up. And does not get it. So Bill's Eye has been eliminated. Mojo advances. We will switch over to Bull Hitter and Babs. Currently on the last row. Babs has a 2-1 lead. Bull Hitter faces elimination. The throw is a premier clutch. So they are going into the big axe. In the other lane, we will have Ginger Matt and Bill. We will switch over after we see the conclusion of this big axe tiebreaker. We'll give you an update on the bracket standings as soon as we get a finish on one of these games. Bull hitter got a 3 on his big axe throw. And a 3 for Babs. So I will try to update and say whoever wins the matchup between Bull Hitter and Babs will play Mr. Yoda next. And then with Ginger Matt and Bill, they will have to wait to see the winner of Miss Marvel and Mojo. In the A bracket, we still have Champagne Shane versus Bearded Vet. That will be for the semifinals. And then Cockroach and Grammatical Error is going to be the other matchup in the semifinals of A bracket. So both got a 3 on the last throws. So 3 for Bull Hitter. Five wins, and he did not get it. Oh, he did get the bull. So he wins the match. So Bull Hitter has been eliminated. In the other lane, we have Bill, and Ginger Matt. They have just concluded the first round. Bill won that 25-18. Sorry, 25-16. This is another B bracket matchup. Bullseye for Bill. Bullseye for Ginger Matt. Going into the final X. Looks like Ginger Matt's going to stay down. Try to put the pressure on Bill to try to get a premier clutch. And he got a 3. So a 5 ties it, a 7 wins the round. In the other lane, we will have Cockroach and Grammatical Error. That will be one of the semifinals for Bracket A. And Bill got a bullseye, so we will go into Big Axe for this matchup, for this round. Going to do a couple of practice throws. So as they are practicing, I will try to update you verbally on the bracket. The games that we have left are Cockroach versus Grammatical Error, which will be in the other lane coming up. Bill just threw a 3 for his big axe. And the other semifinal A bracket, we have Champagne Shane versus Bearded Vet. And then in B bracket, we will have Mr. Yoda versus Babs. And then we are currently in the process of this one. Oh, Ginger Matt threw a 1. So Bill will take round number 2. So here's a quick update. We are currently at this matchup right here. And then we have to play Miss Marvel versus Mojo. So the winner of this will play the winner of Miss Marvel and Mojo. just started this fourth round, so switch over there. 3 for Bill, Bill, Bill. Bullseye for Ginger Matt. Bullseye for Ginger Matt. Bullseye for Bill, Bill, Bill. Bullseye for both players. Three for Bill, Bill, Bill. Bullseye for Ginger Matt. So again, just a location, shout out location to all these players. Ginger Matt is from Winston-Salem. Bill, Bill, Bill is coming from Charlotte. Ginger Matt with a 4-point lead going to the final throw. And he gets a 3. So he has a 7-point lead. So Bill, Bill, Bill will need a premier clutch to tie it up. And he does not get it. So Ginger Matt takes that round. So again, coming up in the matchups, we have Miss Marvel and Mojo. That will be after this match. Then we will have Cockroach and Grammatical Error. And after that match, we will have Champagne Shane and Bearded Vet. Bullseye for both these players. Bullseye again for both. Bullseye for Ginger Matt. A 3 for Bill, Bill, Bill. Ties the game up at 18, going into the final throw. Bill, Bill, Bill is up 2 rounds to 1 in this elimination game. And Bill, Bill, Bill got his touch clutch. So did Ginger Matt. So they are going to Big Axe.
Oh, that's right.
So this will be the second Big Axe that they've had for this match. Bill, Bill, Bill wins this round. He will win the match. Ginger Matt needs to win this round in order to tie up the series. And it looks like he has a 3. The throw by Bill is also 3. In the other game, we're going to have Cockroach and Grammatical Error start. We will switch over to that game once this round is concluded. But I will update you as that score progresses. Right now, they opened up with bullseyes. Here's a throw by Ginger Matt. Another 3. Bullseyes again for Cockroach and Grammatical Error. And Bill just got a bullseye, so he will win the series, eliminating Ginger Matt, and Bill will continue on. We'll switch over to Cockroach and Grammatical Error. So they are tied at 20. The throw by Matt is a spicy clutch. And Cockroach also got a spicy clutch, so they will go to Big X. In the other lane, we will have Miss Marvel versus Mojo. We're going to stay here until we get that game started. Bullseye for Grammatical Error. And a 3 for Cockroach. So Grammatical Error takes that first round. So this is the semifinals for the A bracket. This will determine who will be in the finals for the A bracket. Whoever loses will go down to B bracket. Bullseye for Grammatical Error and Cockroach. Looks like we are going to have Miss Marvel and Mojo starting up real soon. Bullseye for Grammatical Error. Bullseye for Cockroach. Another bullseye. And a bullseye. Bullseyes again. Going clutch on the last one. The throw by Matt is a 5. And another 5 for Cockroach, so they go to Big Axe again. We'll switch over real quick to Miss Marvel and Mojo to see how they are doing. And switch back over to Grammatical Error and Cockroach as we do this final Big Axe throw. Bullseye for Cockroach. And a 3 for Grammatical Error. So Cockroach will take that round. So they are tied at 1 apiece. And we'll switch over real quick to Miss Marvel and Mojo. They are on the last throw of the first round. Mojo has a touch clutch. Miss Marvel needs a premier clutch to tie the round. Bullseyes for both Cockroach and Grammatical Error in the other lane, and just missed it. So Mojo will take round 1. Switch back over to Cockroach and Grammatical Error. Both these players can't seem to miss. They have not gotten a 3 yet in regulation. The only time that they have gotten a 3 is in the Big Axe. Bullseyes again. Going into the last row. The throw by Matt. And Cockroach got a 5. Not sure about Matt's yet. Looks really close. Might need a closer look. While we take a look at that, we're going to look at Miss Marvel and Mojo. Mojo has a 2-point lead going to the 4th axe. Mojo with a 3. Miss Marvel with a bullseye. So they are tied going to the 5th axe. We'll update you on the result of Matt's throw on the clutch as soon as we get word. Mojo missed the clutch. And Miss Marvel missed hers. So Big Axe for the both of them. See what they're calling for Matt's. They're going to call it a 5. So they will also have Big Axe to throw. All 3 rounds between Cockroach and Grammatical Error have gone to Big Axe. Matt's throw is a 3. Mojo's throw is a 3. Oh, it's a 1. Let's see what Cockroach's is. And that is a bullseye. So Cockroach will take round number 3. And he'll be up 2-1 in this series. And we'll see what Miss Marvel can throw on her Big Axe throw. And she gets a bullseye. So she will win that round. And that series will be tied up at 1. Switch over to Grammatical Error and Cockroach. So Cockroach has a 2-1 lead going into round 4. This is the A bracket semifinals. So this is not an elimination game. This is just to see who goes to the finals for the A bracket. The loser will go down to B bracket. And bullseye for both players. Bullseye again. Neither one of these players has gotten a 3 during regulation. Both these players have gotten at least a 25 or better in all of the rounds that they've played in this match. The difference has been the big axe. And that's a touch clutch for grammatical error. And another touch clutch, so we are going to big axe once again with grammatical error and cockroach. So while they get set up for that, we're going to switch over to Miss Marvel and Mojo. Mojo has a 2-point lead with a bullseye. Miss Marvel with a 3. So we'll go see how this big X turns out with Cockroach getting a bullseye, his first throw. And that might be a bullseye. We're gonna take a look. Another close call. So to update on the other game, Mojo won round 3, so she is up 2-1 in this series. We're gonna switch over while we take a look at this one. We're going to call it a 3 for grammatical error, so Cockroach takes that series. All 4 rounds went into Big Axe. So Cockroach will stay in A bracket and go to the finals. Grammatical error will go down to B bracket. We are going to finish up this matchup between Mojo and Miss Marvel. Mojo has a 2-1 lead in a best of 5. After these rounds, we will go to a best of 7. Mojo is up 20-16 going into the final acts. She has a 2-1 lead. So if she's able to win this round, she will win the match. And Miss Marvel will be eliminated. So Miss Marvel needs to win this round in order to stay alive. Here's a clutch throw. That's a 5. That puts it out of reach. I think Miss Marvel is going to try anyways. Did not get it. So Miss Marvel is eliminated. So while we have a moment, we will update you on the bracket. We'll let you know who is on deck first. So right now we will have Champagne Shane versus Bearded Vet. And then the other lane we'll have Mr. Yoda and Babs in B bracket. We'll show you what the updated bracket looks like.
You're good. Your mom wants your phone back.
So in A bracket, we will have Champagne Shane versus Bearded Vet. They will play, the winner will play Cockroach in the finals of A bracket. And then in B bracket, we will have Mr. Yoda versus Babs. And then Bill versus Mojo.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Welcome, Mojo.
Hello. Do you prefer John or Jonathan? I've heard people calling you both, so I would like to ask and call you what you prefer to be called.
Either one.
Do you have a throwing name?
Not one that I'm
Willing
sold
to
on
share?
yet.
Oh, no, you're okay. It
Yeah.
happens. It happens organically, right? So names happen.
We're going to switch over to Champagne Shane and Bearded Vet. I think they just started.
So those paddles are courtesy of Art Nerd out of Charlotte. If you see, we use those to score. There, one side it says 4th axe, and the other side, oh, there we go, final axe. I love it, Rachel. Oh my gosh. Rachel's making sure that the paddles get airtime. So we use those. Artner made those for our league in Charlotte, and we use it. What's funny is he never looks back to see the paddle. So Bearded Vet, did he get that? Shane definitely missed. Bearded Vet, it looks like maybe touched.
I think Bearded Vet got the
Yeah,
touch
he
clutch,
touched.
yes.
Yep.
So Bearded Vet takes that first round.
And this is funny because they play each other a lot, right? In league.
Last league, the one I participate in, I think these two played each other in the semifinals.
Yep, that checks out.
And it's usually a grammatical error and champagne chain in the finals for our league here in Asheville. So, but Bearded Vet is probably getting up to that standard of what champagne chain and grammatical error is.
He's a great thrower. I've thrown against him, and he's kicked my butt. So, yeah, I'm going to move this. There we go.
So how'd you feel about that last match between Miss Marvel?
Oh, Miss Marvel, that was such a tough match. Boy, she made me sweat. I love throwing with Miss Marvel, and we haven't thrown together in a while. We both used to throw out of Durham since I moved. We don't. Fourth X, Rachel, you're just too much. I love it. But yeah, so it was great. She is a fantastic thrower. She has grown a lot, and I'm just so happy to see her do well.
So we do have Babs and Mr. Yoda on the other one, so we will switch over after this round is concluded. Any thoughts on the weekend so far?
Well, it's a great weekend, and for the events that I do here, and I've done, I think, almost all of them so far, they're always amazing. Shane and Rachel put on a great show, and what happened with those clutches? Shane was spicy? Nope. All right, one apiece.
So they split the series. We're going to switch over to Mr. Yoda and Babs.
So
It's like
Babs took the first.
Babs took the first round, so we are on third acts of round 2.
Wow. So Yoda on the right is Mr. Yoda, is my doubles partner. My primary doubles partner. I throw doubles with a couple of other people, but he's my go-to. And he throws out of Durham. And of course Babs throws out of here. Both really, really great throwers. Although I don't understand how Yoda can throw with a hat on.
I throw with a hat on.
You do, really?
Yeah, well, this one.
That one?
Yep.
Wow. So it's like, what is that? What is that kind of hat? Is a golfer hat? There's a particular name for that. It looks like what farmers
It's an old
wear.
man's hat.
It's an old man's hat. Okay, fair. I know there's a word for that, and it'll come to me eventually. I can't remember. But yeah, stuff on my head bugs me. So, fascinating. Babs, guys. Babs missed.
So I think they both missed their clutch. So they got Big X coming up.
Slightly larger X's.
So we're going to switch over to Champagne Shane and Bearded Vet. They are on the last throw of round 3.
Pair of fives for those clutches. They both touched.
So they are also on Big X.
Woo! You get a big axe. You get a big axe. Everybody gets a big axe. So how do you feel about throwing big axe, John?
I've only thrown it a couple times on overtime.
Yeah.
I have been curious to try to join a Big X league.
Okay.
So, but I need to find the time and money for that.
That's fair. So it's not a thing you throw just a ton of ordinarily, right, in leagues. But it is a skill you need in order to compete, right? Because you wind up at a tournament like this, every round has to have a winner, so you wind up throwing a lot of big axe.
Well, looking at that matchup between Grammatical Error and Cockroach, all 4 rounds went to Big X.
Big X.
And that was the difference in that round.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch over to Babs and Mr. Yoda. I think they are ready for their Big X, or they've already thrown their first throw.
Oh,
So
Shane
now
with
they are
bullseye.
tied.
Big axe bullseye for Shane. And Babs with a 3. Yep.
Think, yep, 3. And then Bearded Vet got the 3. So Champagne Shane takes that second round.
So Shane is up 2. No, that was round
I'm saying that was round 3, yes.
So Shane's got 2. Bearded Vet has 1.
And then
Just threw a Josh.
Yoda just got a 1 on his Big X, so Babs takes that round.
I did one of those. I threw that. We call those. I call those a Josh. And
Gonna switch over to Bearded Vet and Champagne Shane. Bullseye to start round 4.
My husband likes to say at axe throwing at this level is kind of boring to watch because they just hit a bunch of 5s. It gets interesting when you go to clutch or big axe.
Although getting to 3 can make a difference, because if you're down 2, then you really have to throw get the clutch. Because if you're tied and your partner or the opponent gets like a regular touch clutch, you can still tie with a touch. But if you're down 2, you need the premier clutch.
Yeah, if I'm down 2 for the most part, if I'm down 2, I'll go up. If I'm up 2, I'll go up clutch. If I'm up 4, I'll stay down. Just go for hopefully the sure win, which is what I did in one of the rounds with Marvel.
So Bearded Vet got the 5, and Shane, it's going to be close. He got the 5 as well. So they're going to go to Big Axe. We're going to switch over to Babs and Mr. Yoda.
Yeah. Wow.
So Babs took that round.
Took the match.
So Babs will advance. And I believe Babs will play Mojo next.
No, I got Bill. I think it's me and Bill.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
All right, I gotta
Bill.
go. See you later, kids.
All right. So we will switch over to Champagne Chain and Bearded Vet on the Big X. Champagne Chain gets a bullseye after Bearded Vet got a 3. So Champagne Chain will take that round. And I believe that will conclude the match. So Champagne Chain will play Cockroach in the final A bracket. Bearded Vet will go down to B bracket. So as we get a moment to kind of gather ourselves, I know there was a lot going on at the same time. Here's an update on the A bracket. So again, Cockroach will play Champagne Chain in the finals. And then B bracket, we will have Bearded Vet versus Babs. And then now currently we will have Bill versus Mojo. And the winner of that game will play Grammatical Error. We're going to switch over to that game right now. So Mojo starts off with a bullseye, Bill with the 3. Another bullseye for Mojo, 3 for Bill. We'll have Bearded Vet and Babs starting off soon in the other lane. Bullseye for Bill, 3 for Mojo. We'll switch over to Bearded Vet and Babs after the conclusion of this round. Bullseye for both. We'll update you on the scoring of Bearded Vet and Babs. Babs is up 10-6 going to the third act of the first round. Clutch is called for the last throw of this round. Bearded Vet and Babs got bullseyes, so Babs is up 15-11 going to the fourth axe. And Mojo with a 5. And Bill with a premier clutch. And he will win that first round. We'll switch over to Bearded Vet and Babs. They are on the last row of the first round. And Babs takes the first round. So we are looking at a best of 7 between Babs and Bearded Vet. And it's going to be a best of 5 for Mojo and Bill. We will do our best to switch between both games in progress. Bullseye for both players. Looks like it's a close shot for Babs. They're going to have a close inspection on that. It's like they're going to call it a bullseye. So Babs has a 2-point lead going into the third acts of round 2. Bullseye for Mojo. Need a closer look on Bill's shot. Might need a different set of eyes. We're going to switch over to the other game then. Take a look. Fifth axe for Babs and Bearded Vet. Babs is staying down. Bearded Vet going up and does not get the clutch. So Babs is up 2 rounds to 0 in this best of 7. This is the semifinal for B bracket. Both start this third round with bullseyes in the first 2 throws. Bullseyes for Babs and Bearded Vet. Bearded Vet with a bull, Babs with a 3. Both games are in the final throw of the rounds. Try to update you as we continue. So Mojo got a touch clutch. And Bill got a touch, but Mojo still takes the round by 2. And now Bearded Vet and Babs are tied. They will go into Big X. So we will switch over to Mojo and Bill as they go into round 3. We'll switch over to Babs and Bearded Vet once they get axe throwing set up. Looks like they're going to be throwing now, unless they're doing a practice throw. No. Bearded Vet threw a 3. And Babs with a bullseye. So Babs takes round number 3. He is up 3-0 in the best of 7. This is, again, the semifinal for B bracket. We're going to switch over to Mojo and Bill. This is round 3. Both have 1 round each. And they face elimination. So whoever loses this is eliminated. Whoever wins will play the winner of Babs and Bearded Vet. Three for Bill, bullseye for Mojo. In the other game, Babs has a bullseye, Bearded Vet has a 3, so Babs has a 10-6 lead going to third acts of round 4. Oh, I'm sorry, Bearded Vet got a bullseye. So Bill and Mojo are tied at 16 going into the 5th acts. Tied 1 series apiece. Babs with a 15-13 lead going into the 4th acts. Both got bullseyes. Mojo with a touch clutch. And Bill with a touch clutch. So they're going to Big Axe. We will switch over real quick to Babs and Bearded Vet. Bearded Vet is facing elimination. And it looks like he will be eliminated, as Babs takes a 4-game sweep or 4-round sweep out of best of 7. So we will switch over to Bill, and Mojo to finish out this Big Axe row. So in the other lane, we will have Cockroach and Champagne Shane. That will be the final for bracket A. Here's the throw by Mojo. It is a bullseye. And Bill gets a bullseye. So they continue throwing Big Axe. Throw by Mojo for the clutch. Does not go. So Bill has a chance to win this round with a clutch. And he does not get it. They're getting the board set up for Cockroach and Champagne Chain. So here's a third Big Axe throw for Mojo and Bill. Throw is no good. Bill's throw is no good either. So this is their last time attempting to go for the clutch. If neither make it, then they have to go back to aiming for the bullseye. So no clutch on that one. So again, we wait to see what Bill can do. And he does not get it. So they will have to go back down to aim for the bullseye and try to break the tie that way. In the other lane, Cockroach and Champagne Chain are getting ready. We will switch over to that game as soon as Big Axe is done here. Mojo with a bullseye. His throw is a bullseye. So they go to Big Axe number 6. So Cockroach and Champagne Chain have started. They have both opened up with a bullseye. And there is a clutch throw for Mojo. Another bullseye for Cockroach and Champagne Chain in the other game. So Bill needs a premier clutch to continue this round. And he gets it. And the round continues. So Champagne Chain and Cockroach. Champagne Chain has a 20-18 lead going to the clutch throw for them. And that's going to be really close for Mojo. She gets the 5. And Cockroach got the touch clutch. Champagne Chain missed his, so Cockroach will take the first round. Again, we will switch over after this round is over with the big axe. Here's the throw. And he just needs a 5 to tie. It's going to be close. And I don't think he got it. So Mojo takes that round. That took 7 big axe throws to break. So we will switch over to Champagne Chain and Cockroach. They are in round 2. Cockroach took the first round, 23-20. Bullseyes all around for Champagne Chain and Cockroach. Bullseyes again. Clutch is called. Tied at 20. Spicy clutch for Champagne Chain. And a 5 for Cockroach, so Champagne Chain takes that round. Tied at 1. We'll switch over to Mojo and Bill. Right now they are in round 4. Mojo has a 2-1 series lead. This is a best of 5. So whoever wins this will advance. Whoever loses is eliminated. So right now Bill faces elimination. He will need to win 2 rounds, to stay alive. He does have a 4-point lead going into the 5th axe of round 4. He's going down to try to get points, and he gets a 3. So Mojo needs a premier clutch to tie. And it's close, but I don't think she got it. So now it's tied 2-2. We're going to switch over real quick to see what's going on with Cockroach and Champagne Chain. It looks like they are doing a quick measurement. So Champagne Chain has a bullseye on the first throw. They just decided that Cockroach threw a 3 on that one. Looked really close. I had to look at it. So we'll try to switch back and forth between these two. Bullseyes for Cockroach and Champagne Chain. Switch over to Mojo and Bill. This is the rubber match to decide who will stay and who will be eliminated. Mojo with a bullseye. 3 for Bill. Looks like another close call for Champagne Chain. Bullseye for Mojo. Bullseye for Bill. Champagne Chain got a 3. Cockroach with a 5. So they are tied at 13 going to the 4th axe of round 3. There's another bullseye for Mojo. Bullseye, maybe for Bill. No, it's a 3. So Mojo is up 20-16 going into the final acts. She is going to stay down and try to get a bullseye to put this away. And she does. So that will do it. Mojo wins. Bill is eliminated. We're going to switch real quick to Champagne Chain and Cockroach. Another close throw, looks like. So this is the finals for the A bracket. Looks like Champagne Chain got a spicy clutch on his throw, so he will win that round. So he is up 2-1 in the best of 7 for this finals in the A bracket. And coming up next will be Grammatical Error versus Mojo. And that will be the other lane. Bullseye for Cockroach. 3 for Champagne Chain. So Grammatical Error and Mojo will be starting off soon. We're going to switch over after this round is over here with Champagne Chain and Cockroach. Cockroach has a 15-13 lead going to the 4th acts. Bullseye for both. Grammatical Error and Mojo start off with a bullseye. Bullseyes again for both Grammatical Error and Mojo, and Champagne Chain with a touch clutch. And Cockroach with a premier clutch. So Cockroach will tie up the series at 2. We'll switch over to Mojo and Grammatical Error. They are tied at 15 going into the 4th acts. Bullseye for Grammatical Error. And a 3 from Mojo. Both calling clutch. And Mojo, I think, missed the clutch. Grammatical Error got his spicy clutch, so he will win the first round. We'll switch over to Champagne Chain and Cockroach. Tied at 15 with Cockroach and Champagne Chain going to the 4th acts. Bullseye for both players. Grammatical Error and Mojo open up the second round with bullseyes. Clutch is called for these. We'll see what Champagne gets. Too close to call right now. Cockroach got a 5. And it's going to be close. We're going to have to take a closer look. We're going to switch over to Mojo and Grammatical Error. They are in round 2 of 4th acts, tied at 15. Bullseyes for both players. Tied at 20. Mojo got the premier clutch. Grammatical error with the touch clutch, which means Mojo takes that round and ties up the series at 1. Switch over to Champagne Chain and Cockroach. Looks like they're getting ready for the big axe. That round is tied at 25. Big axe for Cockroach is a 3. The throw from Shane. Is also a 3. Switch over real quick. Tied at 15 with grammatical error and Mojo. Going to switch right back to the big axe throw for Cockroach. And that is also a 3. Shane's throw is a bullseye, so he takes that round. He's up 3-2 in this best of 7 for the A bracket finals. Switch over real quick to grammatical error and Mojo. They just threw their clutch and Mojo missed. Grammatical error got touch clutch. So grammatical error wins that round. He is up 2-1 in this best of 7. This is the semifinals for B bracket. Whoever wins this continues on. Whoever loses is eliminated. Bullseyes to open up the 4th round. We're going to switch over to Champagne Chain and Cockroach. Champagne Chain up 3-2 in this best of 7. They open up with bullseyes. Grammatical error with a bullseye and Mojo with a 3. So grammatical error has a 2-point lead going to the 3rd axe of round 4. Here's the 3rd throw for both Cockroach and Champagne Chain. Is a bullseye. Tied at 20. Looks like they need a closer inspection for Mojo's throw. Here's Champagne's throw. He got the premier clutch. And Mojo got a 3. So Cockroach needs a premier clutch to tie it, and he does. Big Axe once again. We're going to switch over to Mojo and grammatical error. Looks like they just finished that last round. Grammatical error 1. So he's up 3-1. So we'll switch over to Champagne Chain and Cockroach. The throw is a bullseye. The throw by Cockroach is also a bullseye. They continue on with this round. Grammatical error is up 15-13 over Mojo. Going into the 4th axe of round 5. Grammatical error is up 3 rounds to 1. We will switch over after Shane throws a big axe here. And he will get the 5 clutch. We will wait to see what Cockroach does with this throw, and then we'll switch over. And Cockroach. We'll have to switch over. We're going to have to tell. And I think grammatical error just beat Mojo. 25-18 that last round. So Mojo has been eliminated. So we're going to switch back. I think we're going to have a close call on the big X throw on the Premier. See if we can take a closer look ourselves. So looking to see if it is a touch clutch or if it went through entirely for a Premier clutch. Touch clutch would tie the round up. Premier would win it for Cockroach and tie up the series at 3. 3 each, I should say. Welcome back, Mojo.
Thank you. I'd love to say I'm glad to be back, but I'm sad to have been eliminated. Oh, grammatical. All right, so what did they call that in that one?
I think they called it a touch clutch, so they're going to keep throwing.
Keep throwing. They are big X number 3. That is a miss from Shane. And Cockroach.
So if he gets the clutch, he will win this round, and I think he missed. So they continue on. So right now we have to wait to see the result of this game in order to play the next game. Whoever loses will play Babs in the final of the B bracket.
Woohoo!
So how'd you feel about that last one?
Oh, that hurt. That last one against Grammatical hurt, but it was a lot of fun. Oh, Shane. What the heck?
Another miss by Shane.
My favorite match of the day was the match just before Grammatical with Bill. That was so much fun. The big
That was back and forth.
Yeah, it was. And those big axes, that one big axe round was just, we were nailing clutches. Well, we missed them, but then we got them.
And I think Cockroach missed this one too.
Sorry about that, microphone people.
So we continue again. This is big X number 5 for this.
If they miss, I'm going to have to yell and heckle them, so. If they miss the third, if this is their third one, they've got to go back down to bowl. You might have just said that. Did you miss that again? You missed it again?
I think he missed. So now it's up to Cockroach to try to hit it.
Well,
I'm really surprised that they're missing all these clutches. They usually hit them pretty well. There it is.
he did got it. He did got it. So that means we are going to round 7, a rubber match. 3 games apiece. Yeah, Grammatical in my match was tough. I don't think he missed a single bullseye.
That's very common for him.
Yeah.
Once he's on rhythm, he's usually pretty on fire.
Well, so that means yesterday in Big Axe, my only 2 losses were to Grammatical, and then it's fair that I lost to him today. So I spent a lot of time this weekend losing to Grammatical Error. Yeah.
The people that play here in Asheville are used to that too. As I said, it's usually between Grammatical Error and Champagne Chain in the championship. So
Yeah.
we all have lost to Grammatical Error at one point.
At one point. Yep. It's tough too throwing against him. I mean, he's a wonderful thrower. No shade. He's a fast thrower, and so the challenge when throwing against somebody like that is to not throw at their speed. Like I had to stop myself physically to slow myself down. Because my tendency is to kind of match the pace of my opponent, so I just had to slow myself way down.
He does have a pretty quick release. Like he just kind of he has that rhythm to him.
And he walks back quickly and he resets quickly. It's a very quick cadence that I have to be careful not to pick up.
So we got Cockroach and Champagne Shane on the last throw. This can decide who wins round 7. Shane is down by 2. So he needs a premier clutch, which I'm not sure if he got it or not.
Wow. No, I can't tell. And I don't know.
I think Cockroach got the premier clutch anyways.
Oh, okay. So then it doesn't matter.
So Cockroach pulled it out.
Living up to his name. You can't
Yep.
tell.
He was he was down 3-2 and he came back.
Yeah.
So now Cockroach will await the winner of the B bracket, and then Shane will play the winner of Babs and Grammatical Error, which we are going to switch to right now.
All right. So Babs and Grammatical both throwing out of Asheville. Helpful that their names are on the back of the shirt. So for those back home and not familiar with them, Grammatical's on our left, Babs on our right. They are going clutch. Babs took the first round off of Grammatical. Yes. That's exciting.
Babs is one of those, too. When he gets on a rhythm, it's hard to beat him.
Yeah, he's a great thrower. Let's go, bud.
I mean, the three from Asheville are arguably like the top 3 that have been here for a while, too. So Babs has been throwing here in Asheville for a long time. Grammatical Error, same thing. So they've been here for quite some time. And then the Bearded Vet too is kind of coming on strong too. He's another one that's coming from Asheville. He's been doing really well of lately too.
Yep. So one round apiece.
Grammatical Error with the bullseye, Babs with a 3. So again, we have to finish this game, and then the winner of this will play Shane for the B bracket final.
So do you know how Babs got his name of Babs?
Shane did tell me the story yesterday.
Yeah, I do love the story. Is it the Charlotte Open, where he wrote down his X scores number, and he wrote down a digit wrong, and it came up as this other person, and the RGM in Charlotte was very confused. I'm like, who's this person? And we're like, I have no idea who this person is. And then we realized that Noah wasn't on the list. And yeah, so he just became Babs. Once we got it sorted out, we just changed his name to Babs. Ooh, that looks...
I think it's funny how sometimes the axe throwing names kind of find you somehow.
Yes, they do find you. Axe throwing names find you. Mine was given to me by my niece a long time ago, before I ever knew what axe throwing was. And so that one sort of stuck.
So Grammatical Error took round 3, so he's going to be up 2-1 in this best of 7. Again, the winner will play Champagne Shane for the B final, and then the winner of that will play Cockroach for the championship.
Good on you for keeping track of all that in your brain, because I'm like, yeah. I have to keep looking at the bracket to see where we are.
I'm able to keep track of brackets pretty well.
Nice. Gotta just look at the bracket. I had it open.
Bullseyes for both players.
There we go. Alrighty.
Grammatical Error up 20-16 this 5th axe. He's got the bullseye, so it's probably going to put it out of reach. Yep. So now Grammatical Error takes a 3-1 lead in this best of 7.
You know what? He didn't get swept. That's important to note. Babs is not getting swept. He's taken one round. He could come out. I mean, he could come out and take these last 3. That'd be great. I'd love to see that. It's just a harder road when you're down.
3-1 is not an impossible
No, it's
comeback.
not insurmountable. It's just you have to get over your mental game, right? You have to get out of your head and really, really dial it in. All right, so this is Marley. She throws also out of Battle Charlotte. But she shouldn't have pulled it. She should let the opponent. The opponent could have called a second. Yeah, she shouldn't have pulled it. Until she confirmed with Matt that he was okay with her call. He was, it's fine, but.
I think Matt already kind of confirmed that it was. He's usually pretty good about that. Like, whatever the call is, he's good with it. He's not very picky at all.
No, that's fair. It's just that the risk is if your opponent disputed the call, they have the right to call for a second opinion, and so then have someone else look at the axe. So the first person to go look at it doesn't touch the axe.
Bullseyes for both going into the final axe, tied at 20.
Because, I mean, there's money on the line in a tournament, right? So.
That is a fair point.
Yeah. And it's not done maliciously. It's just. All right.
Although I feel like most of the people do it for fun. It's just money's kind of a perk.
Right. Nobody's getting rich off of axe throwing. In fact, quite the opposite. Most of us are getting poorer.
But it's something fun to do. And he's got the spicy clutch.
Spicy.
So Babs needs this to stay alive. If he doesn't get it, he will be eliminated. And Babs stays alive with a spicy clutch, going into big axe.
Let's go. 27s. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, so doing some big axe while Jonathan adjusts the camera. Oop, not quite, almost there. But at least we can still see him. That looks like a 3 for Babs with his first. Oh, nice. Bullseye. That takes, Grammatical takes it. All right, so that means Grammatical, yeah. So Grammatical now has to face Shane. Now, who set Grammatical into B bracket? Was that Shane? Who set Matt into B bracket?
Cockroach.
Oh, Cockroach did. Okay. Got it. All right, so here we go. This is a match that happens, every week in League.
Pretty much every championship here in Asheville has come down to these two. I just want us to walk you through who Cockroach has beaten in the A bracket. Beaten Mojo 3-1.
Yeah, jerk.
Beat Babs 3-0.
Swept him.
Beat Grammatical Error 3-1, and beat Champagne Chain 4-3.
Okay, well, that one's close.
So that one was close,
And
but
every round went to big
he is almost every round. But he's almost demolished all of his competition. So now we have the top 4 finalists taking a picture.
I just had to. You could see. I hope you could see my looking in on the camera.
Photo bombing.
Photobombing. Awesome. These guys.
Is there no surprise that they're the top 3?
No surprise. I mean, although there are other people that are out already that could very easily be in that number. Yoda finished second in regionals, right? He could easily be up there, right in the top 3. We're okay. We're posing for a picture. Sorry, Courtney. That was Courtney, and she is Art Nerd's wife, Brendan's wife, and so she's come over here and taken pictures of documenting everything. I think she was taking pictures of me while I was throwing too, which is cool because I'm terrible about taking pictures at events like this. All right, we're gonna get started with the action in green.
So I think we're going to be throwing in the green lane.
Yep.
So I'll switch over to that camera angle.
Can they both
So-
lose?
Once again, cheering for the Meteor.
Right? No, really amazing throwers. Nice people, too.
The thing with this matchup, and even grammatical error admits, both of them will admit, it's a total toss-up. There's not a single advantage that either one has over the other. It's just a matter of whoever gets the closest on, like, the closest millimeter.
Yeah. You know, I was going to say the one advantage Shane has is his hair. I was going to say, oh, Shane's got the hair, but he cut his hair all off. And now he's just like every other white dude who throws axes.
I said to distinguish himself, you got to grow a beard.
Ah, there you go. No, but that's, again,
Of course, I'm biased.
Yeah. There are a lot of dudes with beards who throw axes. And he's got some facial hair. It's just not a full beard. It's not, braided like yours, so.
So I think they're still doing the practice throws. Oh, no,
No,
I
they-
think they just started.
Yeah,
Yep.
they did one for
No,
fun. It just
they,
took a second to catch up.
all right. So it's bullseyes to open up, and then another bullseye for third throw. There's a sign for the final axe coming up.
Yep.
Oh, the fourth axe, sorry. So we see the sign. Yeah, it's very likely you will not see a lot of threes in this matchup. Spicy clutch for Shane.
Oh, he did, Spicy?
And a touch clutch for grammatical error, so Shane takes the first round.
I know this is sort of tough. The conventional wisdom is to root for the person who beat you. The person who took you out, you want them to do well. So like, oh, I got taken out by the best. This is tough. I don't want to root against Shane.
Yeah, this is always tough to kind of like. It's the may the best man win sort of thing.
Let me, the person who makes the fewest mistakes, win.
And in this situation, very
Yeah.
likely.
I made a couple of mistakes. It's fine. It's fine. I love axe throwing.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
It's
Is
a
that-
little low. No, he still
You
got
got
it. No, he got the 3.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
I will say, though, between these two, it's really a matter of who can get the clutch. Like, who can get the premier clutch versus a touch clutch.
Oh, I love that they're leaving the fourth axe in the board.
Yeah, Shane's been doing that all tournament.
Yeah. Save some steps. I do that when I throw if I'm practicing, or when I'm practicing. Oh, that looks...
I think that's a spicy for Matt. And
And that was also good from Shane?
I think... Yep. So we are...
No. He did not.
Oh, okay. Oh, because Shane got the 3 earlier.
Oh, okay, got it.
So now the series is tied at 1 apiece.
Oh, there we go. Pulling that up so it's easier to see. Look at these scores. Crazy. Nice. And also nice. Pair of bowls.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this series goes to at least a game 6, and then one of the rounds is probably gonna go to Big X.
Oh, I hope so. Here, I'm going to move these papers so you don't
Yeah.
keep having to... There we go. Now you got room. So we still have, well, some people have left to, oh, grammatical threw a 3. While some people have left to go home, we still have a goodly number of folks around. It's a bit of a drive for some folks.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's for Durham it's like 3 or 4 hours.
I don't know what it is for Durham. I think it's probably 4 hours. For Charlotte, it's just a little over 2 for where I am in Charlotte.
Touch clutch for both of them,
2:15.
which means that Shane will win that round. So this is what I mean. It's just back and forth. They trade rounds like it's.
Yep.
So now we start round number 4. Again, best of 7. Whoever wins this will play Cockroach in the championship.
Nice. Oh, cockroach.
Grammatical error with a 3 on the first row of round 4.
Who's getting tired or nervous?
I think grammatical error has a tendency to get a little nervous
Yeah, that's
when the pressure's on.
Well, his energy is a little. It's not frenetic. Is not the right word. Intense. His energy is a little intense, right? Which is wonderful for focus, and because his throw is great and consistent and precise. I think that double-edged sword, the other edge of that sword is it can also go into nerves pretty quickly.
I think when you're playing an opponent that you don't have a lot of margin for error, I think there is kind of that tightness that you develop naturally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Shane's scary to throw it. It looks like a touch for both of them. Oh, wait, did Shane miss?
I think Shane missed his clutch. So grammatical error takes that one.
Okay, well.
So they're trading back and forth.
Back and forth. 23-20, that's not quite as impressive as their other scores, but fine.
That's actually pretty low scoring for them, yeah.
Uh-oh. Looks like Grammatical can get a 3 on that one, too. Oh, he said it was good. Okay. Both of them looked very low. Good and good. Of course, we're also, how many feet are we away? We're pretty far. 2 holes.
Yeah, from an eye point, we're probably about maybe 20 feet away from the targets at an angle, so it's hard. That's why we have to look at the monitor.
I think looking through fences and wood. Yep.
Bullseyes for both. Going to the 4th X.
Throw number 4, we got the same score.
Bullseyes again, maybe? No, it's a 3.
Ooh. Pretty quiet.
Everybody's focused.
5.
That's a 5, so he needs a 7 to tie. And he got it.
And he got it.
So this is our first big axe
Oh, I love it.
for this match. And this will break the 2-2 tie.
Woohoo. Exciting. So, best of 7. There we go. Now we got the angle. Also can see Rachel at the bar. In the juice box, baby.
So they doing a practice row, looks like?
No, they're doing it for real.
No, okay, so that was
That's
a
a
3
3.
for Shane.
Yeah, we're only doing 1 for funds before a match.
And the
And that is
bullseye
good.
for Matt.
All
So
right.
he breaks the back and forth tie.
Yep, he does.
Now he takes a 3-2
3.
lead.
Going around 6. There is still a lot more axe throwing.
I will say grammatical error plays, I think, a little bit better when he has a lead. He's not as good coming back, but Shane is better at coming back. So
Oh,
it's kind of
nice.
an
Okay.
interesting dynamic, I feel like.
Okay.
Because I've seen Shane come back from 3-1 deficit in the championship to win. So he's one of those where it's like if he's down, he almost plays better, but when grammatical is up, he plays better. So it's kind of like the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
Well, I do have to do a shout out to our number 1 fan who is listening to us. I know because she's texting me and telling me she's listening to us. So Chili up in Toronto is watching us. Thank you, Chili. Love you. I'm sure there are other folks
And
out
Shane
here.
missed his clutch.
And Matt.
Grammatical got his, so
Woohoo! That was a little spicy.
yeah. So Shane is eliminated,
Shane is eliminated.
and that means grammatical error and cockroach will play for the championship.
Alrighty. Now this, I am absolutely cheering for the Meteor. Just because they both win so dang much.
Well, at least Matt will win, right?
Well, that's what happened.
Last time?
That's what happened
Yeah, the
in
Big
Big
X.
X.
Yeah, Big X.
Matt would won. It was Grammatical and Cockroach.
Yep.
And Cockroach finished first. Grammatical got second.
So and this is Grammatical's chance to get revenge, I guess, for Big X.
Ooh, this is the revenge match. This is revenge of the match. It is now. Yep. So, Cockroach, the mat with the orange shorts, is our A bracket champ. So the blue jean mat has to beat orange shorts mat 2 times in order to take this home.
And that's a tough challenge.
Yeah.
That's a tough call. I mean, it's
I mean, Cockroach. Listen. Any one of us are beatable. Any one of us could win the whole thing. Any one of us are beatable. And I've beaten both of these guys. I've seen them both lose. You know, they.
well. Shane took Cockroach to 7 rounds.
Yeah.
So
Yep. And when they are on, they are both fire. So
this will be an interesting one. It's just it is I think a big disadvantage if you're in B bracket that you have to win 2 best-of-7 games to win the championship.
Yep, but it also, from the A side, it's also I think I mentioned this yesterday, it's also the tendency to get a little complacent. Like, oh, they have to beat me twice, it's no big deal, and all of a sudden you're down. You know, so you just cannot take your opponent for granted.
So we got first throws, bullseyes all around.
Yep.
Probably count in one hand how many threes we're going to see in this match.
Yeah. You want it over under on the threes?
And,
I think that's
this
really
might
close
be-
from Cockroach.
It might be a little low.
Nope,
They
called it
still
good.
called it.
They called it good. So these targets, the bullseyes, have pen lines around them, which,
That's definitely helpful.
makes it so helpful to call when you're doing Premiere. Grammatical was close, but they are calling that good. 4th axe, all squared. So you just saw the paddle in the bottom of the screen there. On one side it says 4th axe, which is the side that they showed to the throwers that they didn't look at. And then on the other side it said final axe. So we saw the final axe side. Now it's final axe.
Tied at 20. Ooh, that's a
5.
touch clutch.
Yep.
And I think that's. Ooh. Did he get that? That's a 5-2.
There we go.
First round, Big X.
Wait, here's my shocked face.
Yeah. Although I don't know who's better at the Big X though.
They are both really great at it. I mean, like this is 1
Yeah.
and 2 from yesterday at Big X. Now, mind you, that was standard rules.
Mm-hmm.
But still, they're a killer at Big X.
That's just the thing. I don't know who has the advantage.
Yeah, it's a bullseye. Be interesting to see them, on paper, matched up.
I just know it's important for Grammatical Air to get a lead.
Oh, that is a 3
And
for
then he can
Grammatical.
kind of, yeah. Because he does get a little down on himself when he doesn't do so well.
Yeah.
And I think he just needs to get it out of his mind and move forward. That part I've noticed, but I think once he gets kind of that lead, he kind of relaxes a little bit more,
Yeah.
and then he starts playing better. So I think he needs to find a way to get an early lead.
It's terrible. Well, I mean, what they say about action, you're not really throwing against your opponent. You're throwing against yourself,
Yeah.
right? Most of this game. What did Yogi Bear say? 80% of the game is half mental. Yeah.
I would
Something like
imagine,
that. So some Yogi Berra. Sorry, that's. So yeah, this is a mental game. It's not complex what we're doing. Like throwing an object into another object. That part's not hard, and it's from a relatively short distance.
Yeah, if you get the mechanics down, and
Right.
your muscle memory kind of takes over. But if your mind kind of
It's your head.
changes the function. That's the thing with the Grammatical. He is very. That's what I'm looking for. When he's on, he just gets very the same thing all.
Yeah, it's a very
very
mechanical
mechanical.
throw. Yep.
Yeah. That's what
Very consistent, very mechanical. Even when the way he looks before he throws clutch, he looks at the axe.
Yep. So this is what I was talking about, that I think it's important for him to have an early lead, because even now I think he's starting to kind of drop a little bit.
Yeah, that looks like maybe a 5.
It's a touch clutch.
Yep. That is also a touch.
And I think that's a touch,
Yep.
so...
Cockroach takes that round.
Mm-hmm.
He is up to nothing.
And that's where a difference of a 2-point goal... difference of 2 points can be important going into that last clutch throw.
Yeah.
So now Cockroach is up 2 rounds to 0. So Grammatical Error is going to have to really turn it on if he wants to try to come back in this one. Bullseye for both. It's like another bullseye, or maybe it's...
You gotta look at it.
It's a 3.
He's saying 3.
See, he shakes his head every time he gets a 3. It kind of...
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I mean, I understand it's really disappointing he did it, but it's like it's also that body language too.
Yeah.
All right, bullseye.
Oh, excuse me a sec.
Mm-hmm. And a touch clutch, or I think he missed. I don't know. I can't tell from this angle.
No, it's hard to say.
That's a touch clutch,
And
and I think Grammatical missed his.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So now he's down 3-0.
3. This hurts.
And this is kind of what happens to Grammatical. It's once he gets down, it's tough for him to come back.
Bull. Solid bull though.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pretty much play perfect at this point.
Which you can do.
He can.
You can do that.
Definitely has the potential.
He didn't throw.
He
a
just needs to
single
get that
free.
one win though. I think that once he gets that one win, I think he has a chance. He
Yep.
just needs to get that one win on his belt.
In our match earlier, he didn't throw a single free. So I mean, he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bull.
Although on the other side, I don't think Cockroach has missed.
No.
So we haven't talked about him enough, but he's just,
I mean, look at his scores.
yeah,
25 straight across.
Mr. Consistent at this point.
Yeah. Yay. All right.
Whoop. I think
Oh,
they,
is he going to
they
defer? He's going to defer.
Okay.
So he's deferring because Cockroach is up 3 rounds.
Well, I'm pretty sure that
He's
Grammatical Error probably will need a premier clutch.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That looks to be a touch clutch.
It's at least a touch, probably.
Yeah.
Premier. He's gonna let him take a look.
Yep.
He's calling it premier.
I
don't
think
know,
it's a
did I say
5. I think it's a.
Oh wait, no.
Oh, it is a premier.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's saying premier.
So he needs this to continue on. And
Oh no! Oh no, he did.
got it.
Okay,
He
good.
got
I
it.
thought he was gonna thumbs down. Whew.
whoa,
That's exciting.
whoa, he's staying alive. So he needs to win this big axe.
Staying alive, staying alive.
He needed that one though.
All right, do we
I
need
think
to
that's gonna
zoom
help.
the thingy for Big Axe?
Yeah.
Like my very precise technical terminology, zoom the thingy. And again, wild.
And I think he got a 3 on this
no,
one.
No, I don't know. That looks.
Just based on
Is
his,
it?
yep,
Oh,
based on
looks
his
from the side, pretty good.
reaction.
I do want to point out we're looking at Rachel at the bar, co-owner.
And I think that's gonna do it. Yep, that's gonna
Well,
finish it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yeah. Grammatical is our number 2. Good job. Great throwing, guys. Man, Cockroach, living up to his name.
I mean, he did not miss.
No.
He
Nope.
did not miss.
Nope.
Not a single 3
Yeah.
in that match.
Yep. Can you imagine what it was like to throw leagues with him all the time?
I can't imagine. I mean, how do you beat someone that doesn't miss?
Well, you can. He's beatable, right?
Well, but I'm saying,
we all
like,
make
if
mistakes, yeah.
if
You just
someone
gotta wait
like
for him to make
that,
a mistake.
if someone like that is not missing, how do you beat them? That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, when he's on, you can't. Yeah.
So we're gonna do the awards for everyone. So congratulations to Cockroach in second place, Grammatical Error, and third place, Champagne Chain. We're gonna try to.
And 5th place, tied for 5th, Mojo. Just for the record, tied for 5th, Mojo.
We're gonna try to stay on air for the award, so you might have to hear in the background information. We'll try to turn that up for you guys so you can hear. But for now, I will be signing out. I might come back to close out, but we will do awards right now.
Friendly
Switch it.
Mojo signing out too.
So this will conclude the Appalachian Open in 2025 here in Asheville. Congratulations to all the players who have come and participated. Special congratulations to the winners. Our winner is Cockroach, second place Grammatical Error, third place Champagne Chain. And again, big thank you to all those who made this possible, including Valhalla here in Asheville for hosting. And we will sign off, and we will see you for next time.